Hey guys, welcome back from fall break. I hope that you were able to rest, relax, recharge, and finish your semester strong. Let's go ahead and look at our to-do list for week 10. Week 10, we're going to be covering all things GPA, why it's important, why it matters, and then spring 25 enrollment is coming at the end of this month. Wow, already. So we're going to take some time to talk about that. Um, So here's our to-do list. Watch the video, complete this advisement must do, and take week 10 quiz. Let's look at this first. So your week 10 quiz is going to cover everything that is on this flyer, all about GPA stuff. So all this information was from the Carl Albert catalog, and I just put it in something that looks a little bit nicer than the fine print that if you were to look it up on our website. So GPA stands for grade point average, and there are some requirements for this. So the way your GPA is calculated is by your grades, right? So as a freshman, which is 0 to 30 credit hours attempted, you must maintain a 1.7 GPA. If you are a sophomore or have greater than 30 hours attempted, you must maintain a 2.0. Okay, so say at the end of the semester, you do not have 1.7. It's below that, right? That means next semester, which would be spring 25, you would be placed on academic probation. At the end of that semester, right, your goal is to get your GPA up to whatever your requirement is. So if you're, still technically a freshman in that 0 to 30 hours, then you need to get it up to a 1.7. If you are working on over 30 hours, then it needs to be a 2.0. Honestly, it might just be great practice to just in your brain think 2.0 is where I need to be. However, the quiz has this information. Okay, so say fall 24, we don't do great. Life happens, we don't do great, we're below 1.7. That means spring 25, you would be placed on probation. Say spring 25 doesn't go well, and you can't get your GPA up. After that, that means you'll be placed on suspension. If you have been on academic probation for 2 consecutive semesters, so in our example, fall and spring, and you cannot get your GPA up above that 2.0 or higher, you will be placed on suspension. So that means that you have to wait a full regular semester before you can come back. So you'd have to set out for the fall semester of fall 2026, and then you could come back the following spring. I'm just going to read off a couple of these things. If you have been on academic probation for 2 consecutive semesters without improving your GPA 2.0 or higher, you would be placed on suspension. You must wait 1 regular semester, so that's fall or spring. Summer does not count on this part, before returning. Such students are readmitted on probationary status and must maintain a 2.0 GPA each semester attempted while on probation, or raise your GPA to the designated level. Should a reinstated student be suspended a second time from CASC, the student is placed on permanent suspension and cannot return to CASC until such time as the student has demonstrated by attending another institution. So say what all that means basically is it's important to keep your grades up, right? Because if not, you could get suspended and have to take a semester off before you can even be readmitted. If you go through this process twice, then you won't even be able to take classes at Carl Albert until you can prove by going to another institution that you can keep your grades up, keep your GPA up. Okay. Say crazy stuff happens and you're like, when you were in the hospital, there was a death in your family, just something really big, major in your life happened, and um, you were not able to get your grades up during suspension, and you don't want to wait a full semester to be able to come back and take classes, then you can apply for an appeal. There is an appeal process that you have to go through. To do that, you're going to want to go to admissions, student forms, and then there is a academic suspension appeal that you can fill out. You'll fill out this information, then it will be sent to a committee and they will review it and go from there to see if your suspension can be appealed. I say all this, where are we at? There we are. Not to be a Debbie Downer, right? Just know that keeping your GPA up is extremely important. And if you don't, these are the consequences that can happen. Right. And if at any point you are struggling in a semester, right, and you're like, life is happening, this is harder than I expected it to be, I'm just not getting it right, and you're failing, call me so we can talk. Email me so we can talk. It would be better for us to withdraw you from that class and for you to have a W on your transcript rather than having an F. Fs bring your GPA down so much. W's are not calculated into your GPA. So we want to get you W's before an F. Let me show you, for example, right, in your My Carl Albert self-service, you can check your grades. Your midterm grades, I believe, should be in there. And then this is what it would look like for like your final grades, right? So these are mine from whenever I was a student here. In the spring of 17, I decided I did not want to take these lit classes. They weren't for me, and that's okay. So I withdrew, right? Those W's did not affect my GPA at all, right? I still did fine. Still got a 4.0 with those W's. Didn't hurt anything. So let me show you. Hang on. Sorry, I got a lot going on. I got a lot going on here. Let me go back here and show you exactly like where we get our calculations for GPA. So this, if for any reason you're interested in manually calculating your GPA, this is the formula that is used for that. Each letter is assigned points. So an A is 4 points, B 3, C 2, D 1, and F is 0, and then W's don't factor in. So it would be your credit, go away, little box. Freshman orientation, when this was created, was only 1 credit hour, now it's 2. So it's your credit hours times the points, right? And then you have to go through, calculate all that, and then you divide some things out at the end, and that's where it comes from. If you're more interested in looking at that on your own, this is here. You can follow that. You can look up what your midterm grades were and calculate it and calculate your GPA. If you're like, yeah, I don't want to do all that math, right, is what I would do. Here's this handy dandy GPA calculator. You could go in, right? So say like orientation is 2 credits, history, all of our histories are 3 credits, right? Say I got a B in orientation, and then I hit calculate, and it calculates my GPA for me right there. So I would suggest going in right? Midterm grades are there. Go in, use this little calculator, see what your GPA is at this point in the semester. Make sure it's above that 1.7. If not, we can chat, right? Call me, email me, and we will talk about how we can get your GPA up for the semester, okay? All right, so enough Debbie Downer stuff. I just wanted you to know grades are important. Grade point average is important, right? Your GPA can play into future financial aid and scholarship things. So it is just important to stay on top of things. And if life happens, it's okay. Call me. We can withdraw you from classes. We can make things happen, right? So that you're not failing and not feeling overwhelmed. Okay, let's go back. You don't see it on your screen, but there's this little bar that keeps getting in the way of where I want to click. There it goes. Nope. Hang on. Going back here. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm struggling. Okay, sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself. Let's take a look at some advisement stuff. So enrollment is going to open October 28th. And so what I need from all of you is to complete this survey, this form. It's going to give me an idea of, right, which major you're pursuing, or if you're pursuing a certificate instead of an associate's degree, how many classes you want to take next semester, if you want to stay fully online, partially online, all the things, right? Once you fill this out, this will be emailed to me and I will see that. Sorry, I keep having to go back and forth. I will see that and I will plan out your spring semester. Once I plan that, I will clear you to register. That does not mean I haven't enrolled you in class. That just means I've cleared you, right? Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your My Carl Albert self-service. You'll click on student planning. Now, because this is my employee portal and I'm not enrolled in any classes, mine looks a little bit different. But whatever I plan for you after I clear you to register will show up here. You will be able to click, so you'll look at this and yeah, that looks great. Those classes are great. You'll click that. When you click that, it'll show you exactly what sections, right? So then that will tell you the days, online, instructor, all that, and you can actually register yourself for classes. Let's say we go through here and you're like, nah, I don't really want to take that this semester. Is there another option? Then you can email me. You can click right here and schedule an appointment with me so that we can call and talk about the classes that you want. There are a couple steps. If you'll just have to go through here and read these things about clearing notifications before you're able to see that. And then also, if these directions are unclear to you, there is a guide right here. If you click on this, it'll give you a step-by-step and pictures included so that you can see exactly what you need to do to clear your notifications and get registered in classes. You will not be able to, even if I clear you to register, right, you cannot register in those classes until October 28th. So if you try before then, it won't work. They're not open yet. As your general advisor, I'm your go-to person, right? So if you need help, right here, click here. Boom. This is where you can schedule an appointment with me. Phone, email, we can talk on email, phone, Zoom, meet in person, day, time. You can fill this out. You can tell me if you want a phone call, Zoom, in person, however, confirm your booking. You get an email, I get an email, and I'll know ahead of time, like who's booked, so I can have an idea of what you want to talk about on our advising appointment. Sorry, I clicked out the wrong thing just now. Anyways, I apologize that video was a little bit longer and that I was a little bit spacey. I'm doing this video before fall break and my brain is very much ready for fall break. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, email me, call me, I'm here for you. Please make sure you get this filled out so that I can start working on your plans and we can get you enrolled for the spring semester. I hope that you guys have an awesome week and I look forward to seeing what you're interested in enrolling in. And I look forward to talking with you guys on that. I will see you next time.